brought to you by themobilefarmer.com.
Okay, Pete, so OS 2 is coming out for Playbook. What's that?
Yeah,
I'm hearing, I was reading on TechCrunch, there's some really good thoughts about it.
Well, I mean, it's a long time coming. Like originally, one of the features that you would have with a Playbook is that same sort of powerhouse that you have on email, calendar, and contacts. And a lot of people were disappointed in how weak those elements were on the Playbook. So OS 2 is going to address that. Supposedly, that's what we hear, so that you'll have the really strong email, contacts, and calendar capabilities that you have on your BlackBerry device. But it's supposed to be even better because it's going to integrate all your social media and business contact information all in one location. So it should be much better.
I was reading or listening on, I think it was Twit, or it could have been on TechCrunch. They were talking about how that was Basily's call. It was Basily's call when they were about to release, when they were working on the Playbook in the late stages. He's the one that killed the calendar and email, those native functions.
Yeah, it was a big mistake, obviously, but I guess they're rectifying it now. They talked about, was the Playbook going to be a business device or consumer device? And I think they thought, well, maybe we'll start with the consumer side and then we'll add the business elements later. But it just seems counterintuitive to what their strength was all along, which is the business side. But, the other thing we have to talk about with OS 2 is the big news for me anyway, is that you'll be able to port or access Android apps. So that creates a huge library of apps that Playbook wouldn't have otherwise. You and I know that app programmers basically left the building for Playbook because it was a different operating system than BlackBerry's, and the bad press, etc. Do we need to if we're going to program for a tablet? Playbook probably wasn't where you put your early money, right?
What about this? I have a very strong feeling against the tethering to your phone. Or a 3G version coming out here soon, or what's the deal?
I've heard that they've gassed the 3G version, which is disappointing. I have to say that is one of the things I like about the iPad that I have. It's 3G, so it's totally independent of my phone. The tethering is better than it used to be. It used to be pretty clunky, but it's better. The advantage is you don't have to have a separate data plan. 3G is nice, though.
Well, and what's interesting is that, I've been to a number of farm shows here this winter, and it continues to be this issue where people believe the tethering is like this great feature. I just don't see that.
Yeah, I think, well, unless you experience both. Number one, I don't think anyone should buy a tablet, if they can, that is don't buy just the Wi-Fi version. Right, if you're buying an Android, if you're buying an Android or an iPad, pony up and get the 3G, because then the utility of it is just greatly expanded. You're not limited to where your phone is, so that's the first thing I would say. Tethering with the Playbook, much better than it used to be. I'm sure it'll be even better with the OS 2, but yeah, I think they're making a mistake not to come out with a 3G version. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Well, I know a number of people have bought the Playbook here this winter or got it through work, and they really like it. As many shots as I can take at the whole thing, they really do like it.
Well, there probably aren't very many people that have both, and I do. And I would tell you that when I got the iPad, there were things about it that really bothered me because I was used to using the Playbook. Flash video is one. I mean, give me a break. To go to a website and there's flash video, and the iPad there's just a black hole. The typing on the Playbook is better. I think the visual display is better on the Playbook. The user interface on the screen, it is lightning speed, and sometimes on the iPad I'm like tap, 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 tap. Anyway, both good devices. I don't like to get into, I'm not brand loyal. I think they're all good devices. They all have their pros and cons, but if you don't have one, get one.
They're cheap.
Relatively, yeah. You still don't want them flying around in the truck or in the tractor cab. You have to protect them, but But yeah, think about what we paid for laptops, not that long ago. So you get a lot of power with the smartphone and a tablet. $1,000
Yeah.
return investment is good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. With the playbook price reduction and people looking at the tethering and the business function, they're selling. I think employees are selling it pretty good to their employers in terms of this is the kind of tablet we can use.
Right on.